At this point in time, me and Luke kind of usually go into a song and dance about how to build one. What else am I missing? Are we ready to go into it? Yeah. I would recommend something like this because I can cut a hole, as you're going to see with a cordless drill. I can cut one and it's going to take me probably about 60 seconds. But this makes a nice 6-inch hole saw. The reason I like it in the top of in the center part of the blue barrel is you have a lot of different options. You can run into a downspout, run straight into the center, or if you want to move over to the edge of the house where you have water coming off of the edge. This drills a little pilot hole to begin with, and then I run it forward to get to the pilot hole, and then I actually run the whole thing in reverse. Run it forwards in the plastic, and whenever it does, it has a tendency to bind and grab hold. And so when it binds and grabs hold, usually these ribs right here come out very bruised, if not cracked. That right there. And this, actually, the reason we have this gets water in the barrel, but also you got to talk about filtering. You got to filter. Actually, what we use for our filtering is our 6-inch flower pot, like that you see over there. And we've gone through several different versions. Any kind of rainwater harvesting system needs to have some kind of device. What we do is we actually put rocks. We put rocks anywhere from about 1 inch to 1.5 inches in diameter, and we fill up about half of this pot with rocks. This barrel we're going to use for landscape use. This is not drinking water. This is for landscape use. And so by filling it up about halfway, what it does is it prevents light from getting in. It holds our leaves on top so we can dump them off. As well as mosquitoes. By having those rocks in there, that prevents the mosquitoes from getting in, as well as the light. So it works several different ways by filling this pot halfway up with rocks in there. And that will filter that water. Whenever I start getting leaves or that time of year, I throw it out on the ground. The rocks have all been washed off by the rainwater. I pick it all back up, get the leaves out, put the rocks back in there, put it right back there on top. And that's how that fits, right there in the top of our barrel. Eventually will rain and it'll fill up the tank. So when it fills up, we got to get the water out. My overflow, the bottom of the overflow to be below. Some of you are standing up, y'all can stand up. I want the bottom of my overflow to be lower than the bottom of this bucket. I don't want water to stand in this bucket here, in my overflow bucket. You're like, okay, right there, use that for the point, and as long as my I got my pilot hole started. And in our handout, we'll tell you this is a 2 3/8 inch hole saw that we're using here. The other one was 6. This is 2 3/8. If you've ever put a deadbolt in, if you have a deadbolt lock that you've used, same exact thing. And that's the hole for my overflow. We use a 2-inch overflow. This is just a 2-inch coupling, and it has in our instructions with a 2-inch electrical conduit nut that holds it on here. Screw it in there, and this 2-inch electrical conduit nut actually, the way they're designed is it sticks and it will hold, and you just have to hand tie it. Don't put silicone around there because it's overflow. Water's supposed to come out of it. So we don't silicone that on. From here, this is nice because, as Lee shows me, we can put a 2-inch piece of PVC pipe and run to our next ring barrel. Run from one ring barrel into another ring barrel, into another ring barrel. Lou, how many do you have? 7. Or what you can do is put in a shorter one and take it down and run it on out like your other ring barrel would do. I recommend doing a 90, putting it straight down. A 3/4 inch hose bib. I like 3/4 inch because it's a little larger opening. They sell half inch hose bibs. Hose faucets, they sell a 1/2 inch and they sell a 3/4. Like I said, it gives you just a little bit larger area to get water out. There's a 1/2 inch. Same thing, it's just how much water you can get out from the inside, how it's designed. If I use a 3/4 inch, you use a 15/16 inch drill bit. And we have that, that's written down on our little sheet there. And then if you use a 1/2 inch, if you're going to put on a 1/2 inch hose bib, if that's what you got laying around the house, then you use a 3/4 inch paddle bit. Well, I want to leave 5 gallons whenever I drain this barrel, and I'm not tipping it over. It's going to leave 5 gallons of water in the bottom of the barrel. And I said earlier, how much water? How much does water weigh a gallon?
8 pounds.
8 times 5?
40 pounds.
40 pounds. So my barrel stays my barrel. It doesn't become my neighbor's barrel when the wind blows it over there. One's because it will leave some of the organic matter in the bottom. I'm not pulling organic matter right off the bottom of the barrel. 1. 2, flatter surface. A lot of your barrels, they're rounded at the bottom. And so instead of screwing into a rounded surface, it's a lot flatter surface. So it's a lot easier surface to work with. You get a lot better seal. There you go. Simple as that. What's next, Luke? Look at all the cameras here, Luke. All right. So what I do is, like I said, this we'll start cutting the threads in there. So I get on top. This is the fun part because I get to sit down for just a minute, and I start screwing this in. And as you screw it in, usually about 1 out of every 10 will actually go in right the first time.
Why you got it sideways? Why do
I got it sideways? Why do I not have it facing down? Whenever I set my barrel down on the ground and I have it on the flat surface there, it's a lot easier to hook up the water hose than if it was facing down. I need to put it up on bricks to get it. This way it's a lot easier to hook up and unhook. If we want more pressure, rainwater, you'll get about 4/10 of a pound of pressure for every foot of rise. So that's why in towns you see water towers so high in the air.